Hey, hopefully you can hear me this time. I had to redo this because I was not getting sound. I'm trying to move in a way. There it is, where there's no sun in my eye. Um, I'm just, let's give it a second. Just a beautiful morning. I woke up this morning, did my meditations, and now I'm outside in nature grounding. I always advise people to take some time out in nature. Definitely ground. If you know what grounding is, you could just Google it or YouTube it. There's some good stuff on grounding. Hey Miriam, hopefully you can hear me now. Um, just saying, I'm outside in nature after my meditation. Now I'm here grounding, and hopefully, if you don't know what grounding is, you can look it up. I won't do a whole explanation on grounding, but I feel like it's always good to spend time in nature just to get clear. And they say your brain vibrates at a higher frequency early in the morning, so that's like the best time to be out in nature. And I usually try to spend my Sundays, like this is my, you know, I don't always go to church, but this is my spiritual church, right outside in nature, to spend time, with the birds and with the plants and with the ants and just with what I call God. But I was listening to a audio called Stoicism. And hey, Terry, how's it going, sir? Good morning. Just out here in nature. And I was listening to some quotes from Epictetus. And he said, only the educated are free. But the question is, we use a lot of words. What does free mean? And what is educated? And education doesn't mean something that comes through a system, or it's not something that gives you a degree. Education is understanding the laws of nature, understanding how this whole thing works. We spend so much time educating ourselves on systems, but we spend very little time educating ourselves on how this whole thing operates. The same things that we live in every single day. And many of us are confused. We don't know what's happening. We're afraid, we're fearful. And fear comes from ignorance. Fear comes from the unknown. If you knew, you wouldn't fear it, right? If you knew how to stop something, if you knew how to control it. But we don't have much control in life, and so we fear it because we don't understand it. But understanding something, now that's the key to freedom. Now what is freedom? All freedom is peace. Peace. While everyone's running around frantic and you're outside in nature barefoot, free, in peace, and in a state of love, that's pure freedom. When you're not bogged down by fear, when you're not bogged down by anxiety and frustration, but you're bogged down by peace. And I had to educate myself in my own life to get to a place of peace, to get to a place of understanding, to know that life is not against you. Life is working. It's just us in our understanding, we don't work with life. And so we fear it. And we say, life is against me. Life's trying to hurt me. Life's trying to tear me down. But in reality, life's doing nothing of the sort. All life is a teacher. So if you understand life, you're being educated. And if you understand life and you're educated, that means you're free. That means you found peace. You found joy. You found life. I used to be afraid of insects, right? Like insects come around, I'm like, ooh, ew, insect. Now I can see the beauty in insects. I can see the beauty in the ants because they're living their own lives. I'm sitting outside and I see these group of ants, strong, lifting things heavier than them as a group, as a community, as one. And I said to myself, that's intelligence. Moving as a unit, moving as one, doing things bigger than themselves. But why don't humans do that? Some do, but why not all? We're in a state of we want to stay away from each other. We're fearful of each other. But the ants say, no, we know we need each other. We cannot survive just one alone. You always see ants in groups. I walk outside, see the ducks, they're always in groups. The birds, they're always in groups because they understand that for us to survive, we need each other. But humans tend to say, hey, brother, but you're too close. Back up. But if we understood that in order us to do things bigger than ourselves, create airplanes, create skyscrapers, create riverbanks, create boats, submarines, and great technology, we have to do it together. It always takes a team. You know, I was watching Michael Jordan, and he said he only won the championship when he finally realized he needed others. Give the ball to Paxson, man. He's open. And stop being afraid to trust other people. Stop being afraid to trust. Trust people, trust nature, trust your own life, trust your own decisions, and be willing to be foolish. Epictetus said, be willing to be foolish. Be willing to be dumb. That's how you learn. But don't keep repeating the dumb stuff, and that's just idiotic. But if you did something dumb, you said, okay, I did something dumb, I learned from it, I won't do that again, I'll be better. Now you're growing. Now you're educating yourself. And again, the more education you have, the freer you shall be. The more free you will be. Freedom is peace of mind, it's peace of heart, it's peace of soul. So while the world is crumbling around you, you sitting there smiling like, let it be. Because you're not going against the river. You're flowing with the river. And that's the truest of freedom. It's to lay back in your boat, in the middle of the current, and flow with it. But if you're flowing against it, if you're angry against it, if you're frustrated against it, that only means you're moving upstream. And you're seeing things not as nature sees it, not as God sees it, but as man sees it. And man's greatest ignorance is to believe that they know when they don't truly understand. And how do you know when you truly understand, Rich? You're free. And how do you know when you're free? When you have peace of mind, peace of emotions, peace of heart, peace of soul. When you can sit outside in nature and say, perfection. There's no imperfection at all. We look at life with all these imperfections. Oh, this thing's gonna come and get us. This is from all those sins. This is the rapture. This is the time. No, man. It's nothing of the sort. It's just a shift in energy of evolution. This is your cocoon period. This is your time to become a butterfly. Nature does never, nothing in nature goes against it, except humans, because we think we know. And our thinking that we know is the height of our ignorance. But if we truly know, that means we're educated. And if we're educated, that means we're free. And what is free? Peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of soul, peace of emotions. So I ask for you today, I ask for you this week to go out in nature. See the perfection in it. See your own mind as being the ignorant one. Not nature. Nature is doing exactly what's supposed to do. It's our understanding of nature that causes our fear, causes our pain, and causes our turmoil. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time in meditation out here. So I appreciate Miriam, Terry, Rita taking your time to watch this, and anyone who gets a chance to watch this later. I really appreciate it, and I hope this serves you well. And this is Rich Fontaine. You could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way I feel that this was a successful conversation. Love is love. I appreciate all of you. Namaste.